Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about my Spanish and learning Spanish and how that's going. So if you don't know, my channel is about language learning and I do have quite a lot of videos of myself speaking in Spanish. But recently I've not really been learning Spanish like I should be. Like I've got to a point where I can speak in Spanish. But I don't have fear of speaking in Spanish, but I do always have mistakes when I speak Spanish. But oh my god, the number of times I said speak Spanish there. But anyway, so I've kind of been passively learning Spanish and I've not been doing a lot of speaking practice or grammar or anything like that or writing. Basically the only thing I've really been doing is watching videos in Spanish and watching people's Instagram stories in Spanish, like famous celebrities, YouTubers and things like that, because they upload to their Instagram stories and then I can hear them speaking Spanish in a natural way. And the thing is, I understand way more Spanish than I can speak, and that is a problem. Obviously, it's good that I can understand spoken Spanish quite well, but the thing is, I feel like my speaking level should match that, and it doesn't, so that's a problem. But yeah, I was just thinking about like when I actually first started learning Spanish, how I started was actually by watching TV shows. That's the first thing that I was doing. And then I remember I wanted to make a YouTube channel and I tried to film myself speaking in Spanish and I couldn't because the only thing I was doing was watching TV shows in Spanish. But actually I was also doing my podcast and that was actually like kind of that was listening, but I was also writing down grammar. So every time I would do that podcast, I would do two or three a day. I would write like loads of notes from it and that was really helpful. And then like a few months after that, I started using italki to talk to people and do language exchanges, and that's when I actually started to like learn how to speak Spanish, to be able to speak in Spanish, and that's how I have the level that I have at the moment. Because a lot of people say, oh, you need to like go to a different country and that's the way you learn a language, but no, you can actually do it in your house. It just depends on the way that you approach it and what you do, and make sure you're using the most effective methods to learn the language. But basically, so yeah, I was doing my podcast and that also counted for grammar because I never used any grammar books when I was learning. And then I was watching TV shows and then I was talking to people online, so I was doing language exchanges. Also, I was talking to myself, and I still do this sometimes, just talk to myself in Spanish. But now it's not enough. I just need to talk to loads of people in Spanish, and I think I would like to start reading more in Spanish because I think that'll help me, because I feel like when I speak in Spanish, I'm using the same phrases, same vocabulary all the time. It's not changing. Like if I look at my videos of the ones where I am speaking in Spanish from like a few months ago, there's nothing new. It's all the same, and that's really irritating me. But I'm making this video today to, I'm going to start trying different ways of learning Spanish and, more like actively learning Spanish instead of just watching videos and stuff. Because although that is helpful and I do recommend that, you can't just do one thing when you learn a language. You have to do lots of different things. Also, what else? Was there anything else I had to talk about? No, I'm just like being really lazy with learning Spanish, because I feel like once you get to a certain point, it could be any point, then you think, oh, I don't need to do as much. But the thing is, I'm not even at the point where I should be saying I don't need to do as much, because I still have so much to do with my Spanish. But yeah, also I've been finding it hard to make my videos in Spanish. For example, my speaking Spanish videos, I did that on purpose so I could talk about lots of different things. And actually, right after this video, I'm going to film one without editing it, because there are a lot of gaps and silences, and I make like weird faces and stuff in them. So yeah, well, recently I actually spoke to a girl. Did I already mention this? I don't know. I spoke to a girl from Bogota, Colombia, for about 40 minutes in Spanish, and then the connection went really bad. But I'm going to talk to her again, hopefully, and she can practice her English with me. But I was struggling to speak, especially at the beginning, because I hadn't done it in such a long time. I mean, at my university, I met this girl who was from Spain, and I was practicing with her a little bit, but then basically what happened was my uni went on strike for ages, and I didn't have any classes. Like, pretty much all my classes were cancelled in March, but I still had like my deadline, so I wasn't going into uni, so I wasn't seeing her because my uni's quite far away. Um, but yeah, this is just a video, like, I feel like I'm making this video, then I should look back and then I should see in a month's time or 2 months' time or 3 months' time, like, I should not be at the same level for such a long time. Especially when you get to the intermediate level, I feel like it's really hard to progress because, yeah, it just is. There's like all the stuff that I've talked about in this video, there's like 3 separate videos I could do on each kind of thing that I've spoken about. For example, like language exchanges, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, being an intermediate learner, and there was one more and I can't remember. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video, and I'm gonna make kind of a Spanish version of this straight after this, so if you want to watch that, link will be in the description. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!